Now, away from education, let's head to the courts because the Supreme Court has overturned a contempt conviction against Akwatia Member of Parliament and Kumi following a judicial review application filed by his lawyers. Meanwhile, in a separate high-profile trial, prosecutors have revealed that former National Signals Bureau boss Kwabena Eduboahene failed to declare his assets in accordance with the law. There is more in this report.
The Supreme Court has quashed a contempt conviction imposed on Akwatia MP Ernest Kumi by the High Court in Koforidua. The court further barred the presiding judge, Justice Emmanuel Senyor Amedahe, from proceeding to sentence the MP. This follows a judicial review application filed by Kumi's legal team, led by Gary Dimakumafo, who challenged the basis of the conviction. The lawyers argued that the High Court's jurisdiction was not properly triggered because the election petition on which the injunction and contempt ruling were based was filed outside the legally stipulated period. They pointed out that the petition was lodged on December 31, 2024, while the official gazetting of the results occurred on June 6, 2025. This procedural irregularity, they claimed, rendered the contempt proceedings null and void. Nimakumafo, who is also the Director of Legal Affairs for the New Patriotic Party, further contended that Kumi was not granted a fair hearing prior to the conviction. However, lawyers representing the NDC parliamentary candidate Henry Boachi-Yadom rejected that argument, maintaining that the High Court acted within its legal mandate. While the Supreme Court set aside the contempt ruling, it declined to pronounce the election petition itself as incompetent, leaving that matter unresolved.
Court dismissed the first two, and then granted unanimously the third one, which third one also borders on the contempt, which the court, they were asking the court to vacate the ruling on the contempt, which the court actually obliged them and then granted same. And so essentially, per what we heard from the Supreme Court, the petition stands, the matter would go on unabated, but essentially it is the contempt that had that decision of the 4-1 majority decision.
At the High Court, another major case is unfolding involving the alleged theft and laundering of over 49 billion Ghana cedis of public funds. Kwabena Eduboahene, former head of the National Signals Bureau, is facing multiple charges including stealing, causing financial loss, and money laundering. Prosecutors disclosed during a case management conference on Tuesday that Eduboahene failed to declare his assets, a mandatory requirement for public office holders. He is being prosecuted alongside his wife, Angela Ije-Boateng, associate Mildred Donko, and their company, Advantage Solutions. The charges stem from the alleged misappropriation of funds meant for the procurement of cybersecurity equipment. Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Ramsay stated that the prosecution will present extensive financial records and documentation to prove that the accused diverted state funds for personal gain through elaborate company networks and banking channels. Lawyers for the accused, led by Samuel Atachian, addressed the media after proceedings.
If I should file a motion that they should bring the exculpatory evidence and they don't want to bring it, and the court doesn't order they should bring it, that will stall the trial, and the date is fixed that he's going to give a date for the trial. See, because the judge is also required by law to give facilities and time to the accused person, so they prepare their defense.